Hello everyone. Welcome back. I'm Boomy and today we are watching Why I'd Throw the Cactus Before I Go in the Ocean by Casual Geographic. Yes, this one was suggested by SRSK Lab over here and Sammy DeVito 6900. Yes, I know that this has been, well, the first suggestion came in around 2 months ago, but they never really responded to my comments, so I don't know. I kind of forgot about it, to be honest. Sammy gave out the suggestion again, and they also did not suggest any particular videos, so I'm starting off with this one because the title sound is interesting. But yeah, he's probably gonna be talking about all the monstrous things living in the deep. I don't know which specific one or if he's gonna fixate on a lot of things. I don't know anything about Casual Geographic, so I'm not sure how this is gonna go. So I hope this is gonna be entertaining like Tier Zoo. I guess I'll have to find out. So remember, if you like my reactions, don't forget to leave a like. Let me know your thoughts on the video down in the comment section below and consider subscribing. We are trying to get to 1,000 subs this year, so hopefully you guys can help me out with that. Also, don't forget to leave your suggestions on what I should check out next. That being said, let's go ahead and watch the video.
This is probably the most terrifying thing you'll ever see in the ocean.
I like the small mic. Oh shit. This is a jellyfish, I think.
That thing is actually a big fin squid and it's believed to
Oh,
grow
it's a
26
squid.
feet long.
Yeah.
Scientists believe they hunt by dragging those freakish arms across the ocean floor, snatching up anything unlucky enough to accidentally brush up against it. But by far the scariest thing about this hell squid? We know almost nothing about it. We don't know how they mate, how they live. All we know for sure is that you can find them at the very bottom of the ocean at depths of up to 15,000 feet, which is more than half the height of Mount Everest. Here's the part that personally freaks me out. Every big fin ever caught was a juvenile, and since no adults have ever been captured,
Juvenile.
bigger than we thought. This sea slender man's arms are covered in tiny suckers,
Sea
meaning once he grabs
slender
something, there
man.
aren't a lot of things strong enough to break free. Those arms can be over 90% of their total body length, and they hold it at a 90-degree angle, which makes this violation against nature look like it's T-posing.
Yep.
As technology improves, we might have a chance to learn more about them. Which isn't a good thing, they need to stay in hell. Whale facts, but they slowly get more and more disturbing. Blue whales can produce 400 gallons of baby batter, but only 10% of it makes it to the female, meaning 360 gallons get dumped back out. In case you're wondering, that's 8.5 bathtubs of whale maker. Gray whales will go 3-player with 2 males and a female. While the first male is getting his rocks off, the second wing whale will swim underneath the female and help hold her in place for a process that can last up to an hour.
Hey, wingman.
The sea monster story ever told was really about a whale's penis, and I will never let y'all forget it. Sperm whales are so loud that their sound can vibrate you to death by either causing your lungs to collapse or an air bubble to form in your brain, which would instantly take you off the senses. Blue whales are big, but not a lot of people understand how big. You can hear a blue whale's heartbeat from a little more than 2 miles away. They can swallow almost 500,000 calories at once. Allegedly, a whale's fart bubble can enclose a full-grown horse. And because I am who I am, I have to tell you that the largest blue whale penis was about 16 feet long and weighed anywhere from 700 to 900 pounds. Blue whale?
Yeah, some facts you don't need to know, like that one. Oh, damn. But yeah, blue whales are incredibly amazing though.
Whales don't spray water out of their blowholes the way you see in movies. It's actually warm air being forced out of the lungs. It's basically its breath. It's one of the most unholy smells that can ever assault your nose. Like burning rubber in a fish cemetery. Because of that video, there's now people that believe the ocean is salty because of whale sperm. And I'm not gonna lie, I wish it were true because of the look on people's faces when I tell them this is free therapy, but it isn't. Most of the ocean's salt comes from rocks on land because when acidic rain hits the rocks, it erodes them and causes them to release salt. The salt gets carried out in streams and rivers where it eventually reaches the ocean. The reason the ocean is so salty is because this has been happening for millions on billions of years. Some of the salt also comes from hydrothermal vents at the bottom of the ocean, but most of the time when you taste seawater, the salt came from a rock, not a whale that already has. So yeah, you don't have to worry about salty seawater. Besides, you should probably be more concerned with the fact that your perfume used to be made from whale vomit.
Yep. The comment that said this is like Frank. It's true. It's like facts delivered in comedy form, which is great.
The more you know. Fish you should be most afraid of isn't the shark. It's the stonefish because it can deliver venom powerful enough to cause crippling pain and toxic enough to activate your life insurance in less than 2 hours. This fish is armed with a venom called verrucotoxin, and as a neurotoxin, it shuts your body down from the inside. If you got stung, you would first feel incapacitating pain, swelling, and
that looks like a lion fish.
It gets worse. It always gets worse. If you don't get medical attention fast enough, the poison would destroy tissues in the body, cause uncontrollable twitching and shaking, and eventually paralysis, meaning it would get harder and harder to breathe until you eventually black out. Victims describe the pain as getting continuously hit with a sledgehammer all over the body, and even if you survive, you could still walk away with permanent nerve damage and muscle atrophy. But there's 2 big reasons why this Satan guppy might be the most dangerous fish on Earth. One is this picture. Because the stonefish looks like A stone, it's so easy to accidentally step on one, and when you
Yeah,
do,
I can
those
see
spines will get shoved up your
one,
foot.
two
The
of
harder
them.
you step, the more poison gets pumped into you. And number 2, they can survive outside of water for up to 24 hours, meaning they don't have to be underwater to put you underground. Because Australia is the only place where mistaking a fish for a stone can get you to death penalty. You should never pick this shell up because it's actually one of the most venomous things on the planet.
Hey, we just
That's because the cone
yeah the cone snail. We just saw this in one of the Tier Zoo videos lately.
snail can shoot you with a harpoon at 400 miles per hour. That would be like getting struck by 14 Usain Bolts, because ironically this snail is one of the fastest animals on the planet, being able to hit you almost as fast as you can blink. That's not the only thing fast about them, because this murder slug was nicknamed Cigarette Snail because according to urban legend, if you got hit by one, you had enough time for a puff puff pass before you puff puff pass away. If you got stung, you would immediately feel extreme pain, swelling, numbness, and vomiting. But don't worry, it gets worse. It would escalate to muscle paralysis, double vision, and difficulty breathing. And once you get to that point, you can go ahead and start printing out shirts because you finna be on one. And even though the cigarette thing was an exaggeration, it could take only 5 to 8 hours for them to connect you to God's Wi-Fi. Now the problem with these snails is that they use venom to paralyze unlucky prey, and they'll even put them to sleep with a toxin that's 1,000 times more powerful than morphine, which works on fish and stupid people that pick them up. But they don't just use one though, like Tyson, they be on them combos. They can have 50 different toxins in their venom, which is why there is no antidote. The only cure is to try not to die and become a Snapchat member.
Your child can visit stony jungles, grassy plains, and the dark depths of the ocean.
I should probably explain what the hell this is. That was an angel shark, and that's the worst Call of Duty player you'll ever meet. The angel shark will lie motionless for days waiting for anything bite-sized to accidentally pass above its head so it can take its life. Sounds like a cheat code, but there's no referee in the ocean, so this camel shark stab pads kills like no other. But you don't have to worry about them snatching up your leg because they're only interested in fish, crustaceans, and mollusks like squid. That being said, angel sharks are a lot like electrical power sockets. They're only dangerous if you're stupid enough to poke them. Now you would think that's
true.
sense, but because these sharks stay perfectly still, scuba divers think it's a good idea to touch them, and that makes these sharks go from mannequin challenge to homicide. Luckily, attacks are rare, and as long as you're not an idiot, this sea carpet won't fade you. Good thing too, because there's a shark in this picture, and he may not be an angel, but he'll turn you into one. 8 reasons why this is your new favorite fish. Even though they can be up to 23 feet, over 3,000 pounds, they're 100% perfectly harmless to people because they only ever eat plankton and small shrimp. Unlike stingrays, they're not venomous. This giant place couldn't hurt you if
this
they
is
wanted
a manta ray, right?
They're smart enough to understand mirrors because manta rays were seen waving and blowing bubbles at their own reflection, something they wouldn't do if they thought it was another manta ray. Manta rays will launch themselves out of the ocean, and they do it to get rid of parasites or to avoid predators, but sometimes it seems like they do it just for fun. They have the largest brain of any fish, making them arguably the smartest things in the ocean that don't also belong on a list with Cosby, that isn't a TV guide. Baby manta rays are called pups, and the mother will give birth to 1 or 2 pups every year. They're normally black, a dark brown, or a grayish blue, but there are pink manta rays out there, and no, this is not edited. This pink manta ray was found off the coast of Australia, proving that that country is both a national treasure and Satan's jungle gym. They're smart enough to form strong emotional bonds with each other, and they're smart enough to ask for help. One repeatedly approached the diver until he realized that she had a fish hook stuck under her eye, and she waited patiently as he removed it. Once he removed it, she swam off. What would happen if you took one of the meanest animals in the ocean and gave it legs? Well, 2 things. 1, you'd have one of the most violently aggressive animals on Earth walking on land, and 2, I know this because it technically happened and they exist. It's a known fact that the biggest menace to society in the ocean are dolphins of any kind. They jump sharks for no reason, slapbox their babies, and they have a rap sheet longer than Drake's. And the worst dolphin of all actively tortures other animals for sport. Dolphins and whales are part of a group called cetaceans, which basically happened because this guy decided he wanted to test his luck out in the ocean and evolved to become semi-aquatic and then fully aquatic. But funny story, there was a group of these land animals that actually stayed on land, and about 54 million years ago they split up, with the animals that would become whales and dolphins heading out to sea. The ones that didn't follow them out into the ocean stayed on land, and after millions of years of plot development, they went on to become one of the most vicious animals in the world. In case I haven't made it obvious, I'm talking about hippos. The African homicide horse is actually the closest living relative of whales and dolphins. One's a bipolar tank with Roy Ridge and a devil's overbite, and the other's a pufferfish abusing shark assaulting sea quagmire, and that is freaking evolution. Remember that dolphin sound effect from SpongeBob that was supposed to be like a sensor? You know what the I'm talking about. Well, that sound didn't actually come from a dolphin. It was actually the sped up laughter of the kookaburra. It's a kingfisher bird found in Australia that sounds like a guy trying way too hard to laugh at a cute girl's jokes. You may not be able to hear it, but when you double the playback speed, you can hear the sound that cartoons made you swear was a dolphin.
Well,
in this video, every dolphin sound effect you've ever heard on every TV show is really just an Australian crack tweetie.
Oh wow, that was done. Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that. I think it might just be me. I might just be slow, but I'm not. Well, first of all, that was a good video. Let's get that out of the way. That was an incredibly entertaining video. But hmm, yeah, though he was spitting facts, that's for sure. Uh, it was not just spitting facts; he was rapping facts, and for most of the time, it was pretty fast for me to get. Not that I have really good memory anyway, but yeah, regardless if I have gotten, I would have already forgotten it on the next day. But there were really cool facts there. First of all, the first one, the what's it called, the squid thing. Yeah, that really shocked me. That something that big is still just a juvenile that's not a whale. So, I don't know. Did they just started evolving, or we're still not seeing the really big ones, like the adults of the species? Because I don't know. As long as they're harmless and don't go near shallow waters, that's fine with me. The was it the stonefish? Yeah, it. I don't know if it's a variation of a lionfish, because that's what it reminded me most, especially with the like spikes on its fin. The snail, the was it a cone snail? Yeah, see, I'm already forgetting the names. The snail we've recently just seen in a tier zoo video. It was, well, they use neurotoxin, so that's probably the worst kind of toxin there is. And let's see what else. The whale one, yeah, I'm just gonna skip over all the whale penis jokes there. But yeah, dolphins, as cute as they look, as far as like from what I've read and what I've seen, they are really big dicks. By that, I'm not talking about their actual dicks. I'm talking about their attitude. They're kind of an asshole. Those are two things that I should not have described dolphins. Okay, so with that, I'm just gonna end it here. So that's gonna be it for me today, guys. Link to my Twitter is down in the description below. Go ahead and check it out if you want to. And if you're new here and enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like. Let me know your thoughts on the video down in the comment section below, and consider subscribing. Again, we are trying to get to 1,000 subs this year, so hopefully you guys can help me out with that. Also, don't forget to leave your suggestions on what I should check out next. That being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!